Welcome back. Many of us will be spending some time with our families this month, and this could be a great opportunity to get some good, useful information about your family. Today, we are talking about family health history. Joining me today is Hector Frisbee, family medicine specialist with New West Physicians. You've got several locations around town. And first of all, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So I'm trying to think about how we introduce this conversation with our families, because I'm not sure Grandma wants to spend a ton of time talking about her heart condition at Christmas, but I mean, it doesn't have to be awkward, right?
No,
it's helpful.
I think the people need to take this one even as a gift, because this is pretty valuable information. And with this one, you can have a plan with your doctor, with your family practitioner, about what's the plan to prevent mainly, or to treat or identify medical conditions.
And again, Christmas time, this is a good time where you have a lot of people in your family all together. So if you're trying to think about how you want to have these conversations, who should you be talking to? Like, who are the high priority people and what kind of questions?
You know, the people with more information is the older people, because they have been seeing several members of the family with the same medical conditions. And actually, in the same family, you can have people with different lifestyles, and you will see how people with healthier lifestyles, they express some medical conditions that even if they are genetic, they're not expressed, or expressed in a lower severity because they have a healthier lifestyle.
Are there certain conditions you should really focus on? I'm thinking maybe cardiac, diabetic, cancer. Like, what are maybe some of the top ones you should be asking? Usually
serious medical conditions that they are presenting before 40, 45 years old.
Okay.
Because we expect a person to have problems with the heart after 90 years old, maybe. Yeah? But we do not expect people to have serious medical conditions before 40, before 45. And this kind of people, we need to be focused, because maybe there is some genetic information with predisposition for the people.
And let's talk about, so the reason we do this is because not just you, perhaps the question asker, but your kids, your kids' kids, right? There's later generational impact on this kind of thing.
That is correct. If you're seeing that you have repeated medical condition expressed in a pretty young, early years, you can start asking your kids to have healthier lifestyle, not being overweight, keeping them active. Don't be in the tablets on TV a lot of time, just the necessary, and for school and other things. And you can also start planning what kind of tests you need to start doing, because you can save time doing some genetic testing in your kids to identify early.
Would it just be a dream for you to have a patient come in and say, hey, I've already done this. Here's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and my kids. Here's what I got.
Yeah, we love in New West when the patients, they go with a piece of paper with all the medical conditions, what members of the family have been having some medical conditions, because these are pretty valuable pieces of information that we can start tracing the track of the family history, genetic diseases, and we can have a plan of the epigenetic factors. Epigenetic factors is everything which is above the genetic factors that can modify these genetics to be expressed.
What I've done, if it's helpful to anyone, I'm super organized. I have a Google Doc, because every time you get a new doctor, you really have to fill out these sheets, right? What's your family history? And this time I don't have to keep calling, Mom, I forgot, what was that thing that grandma, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe just keep, to your point, a little piece of paper and try to keep track of the primary folks.
Yeah, involving this kind of tools that online or some technology is good for people younger than 60 maybe.
Sure.
Because we see, like in US, we have this Touch Clinic, which is telemedicine after hours. And when we see patients like 75, 80 years old, we know they're struggling with technology. But yeah, it's a pretty good idea.
And the last thing I'll ask you before we go is, at the end of the day, you can use this information to guide patients on their health and their behavior then, right? Like the idea of using this to guide different decisions maybe?
Yeah, it's very important for the patients to know that maybe 60% of their health, maybe more than that, is in their hands. It's not a death sentence.
How empowering, right?
We need to empower the patients and make them feel they have the control.
Okay, Hector Frisbee, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate your help. Thanks for this advice, guys. If you're talking with your family, this is a good time this holiday season to get some info from Grandma.